John Hargrave for Bitcoin Market Journal. You know, this is the most exciting time to be alive, ever, in human history. I started my career at a technology publisher called Ziff Davis back in the dot-com days, and it was the most exciting place to be. It was at a technology company during the technology revolution, and I never thought I'd be lucky enough to see the excitement and the innovation that we saw back then a second time in my career. But if anything, the blockchain revolution, the time we're living in now, is even more exciting. There's more innovation, there's more talent, there's more money flowing into this system than even during the dot-com days. It's so exciting, and it helps to look at other major economic and financial revolutions, such as the gold rush, because today is very much like the gold rush, where people left their families, they abandoned everything to go out to California in the hopes of pulling gold out of the ground. And many did. And because of that wealth, we were able to move into the next great financial revolution, which was to build the railroads. We needed a way to get all of that wealth from the West Coast to the East Coast. Hugely expensive project, and people were tremendously excited about the potential of the railroads. So railroad stocks had this crazy speculative mania that drove them up to extreme valuations, and then the bubble popped. But out of that initial excitement came the capital needed to build this massive project, the railroad. A few decades later, we invented the stock market. And what an innovation that was, because now everyday investors could buy just a piece of a company, not the whole thing. And think about how weird that must have been for them to say, like, you're buying a piece of paper? What gives that piece of paper value? Well, it has value because we all agree that it has value. And that's very similar to what's happening today with tokens. And then a few decades later came the dot-com revolution, and it was really fun through about the year 2000, and then there, of course, was a huge market correction. But over time, that stabilized, and in fact, today the most powerful companies in the world are companies that were started during that initial dot-com revolution, the Googles and Amazons of today. So it seems to be in the nature of these economic revolutions that early excitement, that early enthusiasm is what builds the capital that's required for these massive projects. Today, the revolution is in blockchain, and we're building, in a sense, the railroad of the next decade. We are building the financial tracks that are going to drive this new generation of financial applications. And that is what is so exciting about it. There is so much opportunity right now in the blockchain space. So whether you're an investor or whether you're a developer or whether you're a marketer, all of these things are needed. We need good people to help us build out this ecosystem. Just as during the gold rush, we needed not just people digging gold out of the ground, but we need people selling the picks and shovels, and we needed accountants and bankers and barbers and media folks. We needed everybody, and that's where we are today. So come join us in the blockchain revolution, because it is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity.